On today's episode, we're going to talk about the 3 levers that you have as a freelance designer to make sure that you're getting the hourly rate that you want. Stay tuned. Hey designer friends, what is up? My name is Ron Segal. Welcome back to Flux, where we talk about design, web design, freelancing. And today I want to share kind of an insight that I had with a conversation of one of our students who we were talking and she mentioned that she's working on a project with her client, but she calculated her hourly rate for the project that she was working on, and she understood that actually at the end of the day, she's not making a lot or even enough money per hour to make this project worthwhile. So let me share the numbers just so that you can wrap your head around it. So basically, she was making a website project and she was charging $4,000 for it. But she was calculating how long she has been working and about to work on this project and realized this project is about 200 hours of work all included. And so that came out mathematically pretty simple. You divide this by this to understanding that she's making $20 per hour, and that wasn't really what she was looking for. That wasn't really enough for her. So looking at this, looking at the plan and looking at her past kind of like performance or how long things took her to create this type of website, she came to me and she said, "Ron, I have to work faster. I mean, I have to like increase my speed at least 2 times, because if I'll work 100 hours, then that will make my effective hourly rate at around $40. And that's more like where I'd like to be. So how do I work faster? How do I, what can we remove here, or what can we do to work faster?" And I was looking at her plan, and to be honest, that plan was pretty solid. That was actually a really nice plan that included strategy, included a story brand workshop, including all of the wireframes and everything that is required to make a really nice website. Now, I always encourage people to work faster, and I'm telling you people here how working with Webflow can make your process faster. And I'm always into helping you work faster, because at the end of the day, just like she understood, if you work faster, that translates into more money per hour. But looking at her, like what she showed me, I was like, I think this is a really good pace. I think for what you're trying to deliver, this is actually pretty good. So she was like, okay, so what do I do? I'm stuck. This is not good enough. And I told her, no, that's actually not true. And you actually have 2 more levers that you can actually use when negotiating your price for the project to make sure that you're making the hourly rate that you want. So let's talk about them. There's actually 3 solutions to solve this. The first one, which she recognized off the bat, is working less hours by working faster. And this is ideally, you want to do this. However, at a certain point, you're reaching a point where if you work faster, you'll probably reduce the quality of the work that you're doing. So you can't cut corners, or you can't work faster forever. There's a limit to that. So what are the other 2 options? Well, the other 2 option is, 1, you can work less hours by actually reducing the scope of the project. So assuming that the client only has this budget and they're going to pay $4,000 for this website, now you can say, okay, with this price, to be honest, we can't do everything that we wanted off the bat. So let's make decisions about how to simplify this project. There are some things that we can remove. Perhaps we can remove this story brand workshop to develop your story. Perhaps we can move this page with tons of interactivity, or perhaps we can remove all of ideas for animations or something like this to simplify the project, or some other complexity through the website. Perhaps we can turn this into a 1-pager instead of a 10-page website, still reach the same business goals that you have, but it's going to be easier to maintain. So one thing that you can do is negotiate the scope of the project. The other thing that you can do, and it sounds obvious, but it's not obvious to a lot of people, is you can just charge more money for the same project. Obviously, if she would charge double and still work 200 hours on it, her hourly rate would double as well. Now, this is where a lot of people kind of like, they have this frame of reference where, no, they will probably only pay this much. But I'm telling you, I looked at her kind of like her process and what she was about to do for them. And honestly, that's exactly what I would do. And I would charge at least $10,000 for the same kind of work. So it's just kind of your frame of mind and understanding. As we said, let's call it the quality that people get for 200 hours of a professional designer. That's the standard that she wanted to provide. That's her quality standard. And I know that for this quality standard, people can charge a lot more money. So, you are the one who puts the quality in place, right? You can make the decision of, I can do the same, everything that I've promised to them, all of the different pages, all of the different possibilities, interactions, all of the different things. And I'll do this only for $100 because I'll work super, super fast. And the quality probably is going to be different. So you are the one who's choosing what kind of quality you want to provide, how long it's going to take you to provide this, and then how much are you going to charge for this. So these are, in general, the 3 levers that you can use when negotiating a project. And I always want you to remember that when you have a discussion with a client about a project, it's not just one project in one price. There are multiple elements and multiple levers that you can negotiate. You can negotiate the price, you can negotiate the scope, you can negotiate the timeline, you can negotiate the payment terms, you can negotiate all kinds of other help that you're gonna get from them. Maybe they're gonna write the content, maybe they're gonna do the development. There are tons and tons of different leverages or levers that you can pull through, and you can, it's a creative process, honestly, pricing a project and coming into an agreement that will make your hourly rate, effective hourly rate at the end of you working on this project and the client happy is a creative process. And I do want you to think about all the different possibilities that you can do. And also remember, do what my student did and make this estimate of how long are you going to work on the project to understand at the end of the day what's your effective hourly rate is going to be, to make sure that you're making as much money as you know you should be doing. For more information and tips and tricks and stories from my experience about freelancing, make sure you're subscribed. I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.